Hey friends and fam, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about our trip to the Netherlands, our first flight as a family. Yeah, let's start off with how we packed. We're a big fan of the Away brand, the Away bags. We've been using those for years, so we brought one big check bag, one personal carry-on roller, a backpack, and the diaper bag, and our jogger stroller.
Yeah, we had the stroller to roll all the way to the gate, and we hope to get that at the gate when we arrive in the Netherlands. We flew in the morning, so it was easier for us. We didn't have to wake up at 3 a.m. to catch our flight, for example. That made it very easy for us to travel with Nora, knowing also the time frame of her naps.
And we generally fly with TAP Airlines, they're the Portuguese airline, and they generally have pretty good customer service, so we use them, pretty affordable.
There were 3 takeaways, I think, that I have for TAP Airlines or flying with them. The first is that you get priority everywhere when you're traveling with as a family. So if you have kids with you, you get priority everywhere. Not just the queue for security, it's also boarding first. In general, in Portugal, you get priority in the supermarket as well. In museums, you don't have to stand in line. So that's also at the airport in Lisbon, but it's especially with TAP Airlines, as that is the Portuguese airline. Another thing was our stroller. Our stroller is too big to get into the plane to put it under the seat, so we were able to roll the stroller all the way to the gate. And it had a label with deliver at gate, so when we arrived in the Netherlands, it should have been there. It wasn't. The label was off, and it was just on the luggage belt. Fine, we had a carrier with us, and it wasn't that hard, but things to consider. Don't always expect it to be at the gate. Even there's a label on it, it doesn't mean that it will be there. Always check with the ground people to ask where's your stroller. Then another one was the seats. We did not pay for our seats, but we did get seats assigned to us. We had the front row, and I was super happy with that. Forgot that we didn't pay for it because we had the seat numbers assigned to us. It was even on our tickets. And the day before, you check in online, turned out that our seats were switched. Now we were no longer in the front row, we were 2 rows back. I called them and asked, and it turned out that we didn't pay for our seats, so they can change your seating to anywhere in the plane. If you're flying with a kid and you want a certain seat, make sure you pay for it.
Yeah, so if you do want the seats with the bassinet, book super early because there's plenty of other organized families out there who also want those seats.
And they're never guaranteed, so always call the airline when you book, call the airline a week before you fly, make sure that when you check in you ask again, and then you hope for the best. One last thing is about luggage. Flying with TAP Airlines with an infant on your lap, she is not allowed to bring any luggage, so not even hand luggage, not a personal item. But they're super vague on the website. They say something about kids below 2 years are not allowed to bring any hand luggage. However, they can bring essential items without explaining what essential items are. So I had to call them, do my research. It turns out that indeed she's just not allowed to bring anything besides a bottle of milk or something. So I used the diaper bag as my personal item. So my laptop went into the diaper bag, and I had a small tote bag folded in there. So when we boarded the plane, I took items out of the diaper bag that I needed actually in the seat, and the rest of the diaper bag went up in the, how do you call those things up there?
Overhead compartment?
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. Overhead compartments.
And then some other useful tips for traveling with a baby, which is pretty obvious, is the VIP lounges. If you can get access to those through any loyalty programs or your travel credit card. If you travel often and you're American, you're probably aware of the Chase Sapphire Reserve Travel Credit Card. I think I pay $500 annually, but you get access to VIP lounges in all the major airports, and then you get free food and free drink, and it's much more relaxed in there, a much more relaxed environment for a baby. So that was great. We went in the VIP lounge, Nora's first experience, and she was very chatty and energetic, and the employees in the VIP lounge were loving it.
So, how did Nora do during the flight? Actually pretty great. We were well prepared. We brought toys that she hadn't seen before, so that was new to her, so she had stuff to play with that is new. For example, this thing.
Whoever invented this toy is a genius.
She did great, but it was only the flight towards the Netherlands that in the last 10 to 15 minutes. When they started the descent, she was not liking it. And we were prepared for it, but like, you need to have a bottle ready, pacifier, whatsoever. But she didn't take the bottle. She didn't want her pacifier. She was just crying. And I think for us, it felt like she was crying for 30 minutes, loud, but I think it was actually 10. But yeah, that was hard. I think it was very hard for us. But the rest of the trip, she did great. She loved the airport. She loved the flight. Passengers were super nice.
Yeah, it went way smoother than we expected, and it was pretty easy, so that was great. And yeah, so once we got to the Netherlands, we're always happy to visit the Netherlands. We usually stay with Josien's parents, which is great. They have a great setup. They have an office and a setup that I can work from, which is nice because unfortunately this wasn't all a vacation for me. I had to work remotely during that time. So, yep. Thank you, Josien's parents. And they also have some basic exercise equipment. I'm really big into like exercise in my daily routines, so I get to get my exercise in while I'm there, which is nice and good for my mental health.
Yeah, we also visited friends. My two best friends, they're also like in this stage with a baby. One of my best friends, she has a baby 1 month younger than Nora. The other best friend is pregnant at the moment, so it was like an exciting time to catch up with them and like how things are going. We also went away with the family because my brother and my sister, for example, didn't meet Nora yet. So, and also my brother had his second baby, so we wanted to meet her. A lot of babies. So yeah, we went away for a whole weekend with the entire family. We went to we rented out an old farmhouse, which was built in 1902. Yeah, we had the best time there. It was very gezellig.
Gezellig.
Yeah, there was just so much to do. So many toys for the kids to play with. So many games to play. Yeah, we had a really good time. I'm grateful that we can do those things.
Yeah, it was an amazing trip, and it was a good practice run for our upcoming 5-month journey. So yeah, stay tuned for next week's video. Our first stop is Nicaragua. So yeah, longer flight, and yeah, we're stoked. We're gonna go visit our good friends there. They just opened up a co-working, co-living, and we're excited to spend some time with them in a small surf town that we will tell you all about next time. So thanks for watching and listening and tuning back in. Hit the like and subscribe button, all the things that YouTubers do. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
All right.
Adios.